Hey guys, it's Old Man G here, back to you again with another video for Red Devil Studio. And basically, we're just talking about um, smallest pieces of new transfer news, to be honest. It's actually been quite slow. I mean, there's been obviously talk regarding Inter Lukaku, but to be honest, since this preseason has started, um, there's been quite a lack of definitive, concrete transfer news coming out of Manchester United, and that is a bit concerning for me anyway. But anyway, on to the topic of the video. Basically, the two pieces of news are just regarding a Bruno Fernandes update, and also a player called Nikola Milenkovic, who plays for Fiorentina centre back. So I'll start with him actually. So basically, Nikola Milenkovic is Fiorentina centre back, 21-year-old defender, so young, 6'5", actually, so towering. And United have been linked with this centre back since about January, I think. This is actually coming from Marzio in Italy. He was actually quite trustworthy actually, compared to some other Italian sources. And basically said the United made another inquiry for the centre back. Obviously, Harry Maguire's price tag, Leicester really holding out for essentially £85 million at least. United potentially not wanting to pay that. And Nikola Milenkovic is being identified as a possible alternative for a centre back option. Again, I don't really understand why, say, Koulibaly isn't, to be honest. Also, if reports say that United want to sell Lukaku to fund getting Maguire in, as latest rumours say. If that is true, I find that a bit strange, just because you're getting rid of a forward, replacing a defender. We'll have less forwards. Okay, yes, I know Greenland would be coming in, but less experienced forwards. Versus, how many defenders do we have? Bailly, Jones, Smalling, Rojo, and now Nikola Milenkovic. I'm not saying, I'm not saying that we don't need another centre back. I'm just sort of saying that, if we're going to lose a forward in Lukaku who did score goals, we need to actually replace that forward. And there's no indication that United are going to make a forward signing or right wing sign. The only indication seems to be from reports that United are going to sign, wanting to sign another centre back, another midfielder. That's about it, and that's quite weak, if I'm honest. But basically, Marzio's basically said that, at the time they offered about 40 million euros for him. I think it was in January, but the Fiorentina refused it, and they're holding out for basically 50 million euros equivalent. That's sort of what their aim is, regarding trying to get Nikola Milenkovic. That should be pocket change for Manchester United, but it seems that this transfer window in particular, United don't seem to want to be haggled. In fact, a lot of big clubs don't seem to want to be haggled into basically paying ridiculous fees. And I think that's causing a bit of a problem in terms of transfer movement across the market. So that's him. I think he would be a solid signing. My only issue with Milenkovic is just his age, and just whether or not he'll be able to adapt to the Premier League. Although being 6'5" gives him a huge advantage, and he is good in the air, so we do need someone who can really dominate in the air for us, because United don't have that. I just think that at 21, again, we're bringing in, I don't think it's an inherent problem that all your team is young, if that makes any sense, but I think there has to be a balance between youth and experience. There always has to be in order to succeed, especially in the Premier League. And I think there is a danger if all the signings, all the placements are young players, especially if they don't perform, because that can have a negative impact on their confidence and ultimately on the team. So next bit of news is actually with a bit of a Bruno Fernandes update. To be honest, it might not actually be a positive one, in a sense that, basically, according to Portuguese reports, the same magazine reports earlier with my previous Bruno Fernandes update. The Sporting president, Francesco Fernandes, has basically been in Manchester, but he's actually been speaking to City, actually, basically there's this ongoing thing about trying to build links between Manchester City and Sporting Lisbon, i.e., building a partnership between the two clubs to sign talented youngsters from around the globe. Um, Obviously, Bruno Fernandes, maybe you couldn't say he's a youngster, but he's certainly talented. And City obviously have been using these discussions in this case to sort of to make their case to sign Fernandes. Um, that's according to Correo de Mana. That's what they're saying. But you know, they have had their own bids rejected. I think that if it comes to a bidding war between Bruno Fernandes and Manchester City, United will win. I've got no doubt about that because City aren't usually prepared to. To be honest, I don't. Who was City's highest? Maybe 50, 60 million, possibly. Rodrigo was 55. But basically, they don't tend to spend high amounts on transfers. In terms of, I don't think I've seen them spend any more than 50, 55 million on an individual player. So whereas United have and can. And so I think if it came to a bidding war, United would definitely win. The key issue with Bruno Fernandes from United point of view is, again, the quietness, the silentness, the fact that we don't seem to be pursuing it. It seems to be Fernandes is waiting for something to happen, but United seem to, for wanting of saving money, don't want to seem to pursue it. And we're getting closer and closer and closer to the beginning of the season. We started pre-season, and the only signings that United brought in are Wan-Bissaka and Daniel James. A team that is really going to, although good additions, it's a team that looks like it's still going to struggle this season. So that's the latest news, guys. Thank you very much for listening. Again, it's just trinkets, to be honest. I don't think you should believe anyone that says we're definitely going to sign either of these players, because this is still all in the formal negotiation phase. And United really seem to be really slow in doing much of anything in this transfer window. So I'm hoping for new news so I can report to you guys this evening, some positive news. But to be honest, I'm not hopeful. Thanks again for tuning in, guys. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Again, thanks again. We're about 100, just over 100 plus subscribers. Hopefully we can continue to grow. Follow us on Twitter at WeAreUnitedX. Stay tuned for some FIFA PES streams as well as we continue to do more and more things on this channel. Feedback is appreciated. Have a good day, guys, and cheers.